What if I told you that you could stop feeling stuck and actually start getting things done with just one simple change? Maybe you'd say, no way, I've tried everything and I'm still on my phone for 3 days. Which, I get it, I felt that way too. Plus, pretty much every person I've coached in the last 3 years has told me that feeling stuck and not being able to do what they truly want to do is their biggest ADHD struggle. But the advice that we're given to fix this does not work for ADHDers. That is the real problem. So in this video, I'll show you what actually works, how you can finally get unstuck in an ADHD-friendly way, my trick for getting things done without forcing yourself, and this simple system that will get you started immediately so you have more time to rest when you're done. But if you want this to work as well as possible, you need to understand how ADHD gets you stuck in the first place. So let's say you have a few things to do, like vacuuming, laundry, taxes, and an overdue email for work. Okay, but vacuuming is hard. Laundry has so many steps to it. Taxes are ew, and you've put off the email for so long, you're thinking whether your colleague might already hate you. So naturally, you don't feel like doing any of it because these complex tasks that take a lot of thinking and difficult emotions are the biggest ADHD struggles. That is what executive dysfunction and emotional dysregulation literally look like in practice. It's almost like you're trying to put your hand on a hot stove. No matter how much you might want to do it, your brain just won't let you because it's trying to protect you. Aww. Well, but you still want to get the work done, right? No ADHDer actively wants to procrastinate or disappoint people. So you don't let yourself rest until after you've done the work. Except you can't do the work because your brain won't let you. That is how ADHD gets you stuck. Now let me show you how to get unstuck. The first step is, if you look at your list and there's anything that you want to and can do right now, like it's not going to make you late for a meeting and it's not the middle of the night, then you should write that motivation and get it done. And if there's nothing like that, it's okay. You feel stuck. And we're going to fix that in the next steps. Okay, but what if there's something on your list that you have to do today, even if you don't want to right now? Then you'll have to find another way. And the more you use the system, the less this will happen to you. But for now, what can you do? Option 1 is you ask somebody to help you, if they can and if they want to. Like, there's no need for you to do everything by yourself, right? I'm sure you like helping people too, especially if something feels hard for them, but it's really easy for you. So maybe you ask your partner to vacuum. And if they're okay with it, that's one task down. Option 2 is you try to do the thing with some ADHD-friendly strategies. This is more of a last resort solution because it takes executive function and we shouldn't be relying on executive function. But if you must, my top ADHD strategies are body doubling, so asking someone to sit with you while you do the thing, actively or even passively, like with people at the coffee shop or the library. Accountability buddies, so having someone check in on you and ask about your progress or remind you of something. Environment design, so making your space as supportive of your task as possible, like quiet, cozy, clean, or even changing your environment completely by going to the library or office, somewhere where you're more motivated to do the task. And time pressure, so setting a timer or even using a fake deadline to make the task feel more immediately stressful, because that's what ADHD brains are really great at working with. So maybe a friend can body double with you for the email. You set a timer, type it out, then close your eyes and hit send together. And that's 2 tasks down. For anything else that you don't have to do right away, you have much better options. Option 1 is if something is not that important and there won't be any consequences to it, you either choose not to do it or you put it off intentionally. Set a reminder for a week or 2 later, create a calendar event, and forget it. Make sure you tell anybody who might want to know about it first and don't feel guilty about it. Because it would be so much worse to put it off unintentionally, like by spending the whole day on your phone and staying up late in the evening to catch up on everything. So maybe you cross off the laundry for now and set a reminder to think about it again next week. And that's 3 tasks down. Option 2 is how you actually get unstuck in the most ADHD-friendly way possible. So 9 out of 10 times, I want you to do this, and you'll be so much happier for it. So the last task on your list is taxes. And first off, however bad you might feel for not being productive, do not force yourself to do it if you're not feeling like it. Last resort. Instead, imagine that you have a friend coming over that feels the same way you feel and has to do the same things that you have to do. They're staying over until they get back on their feet and they're basically in your care. Think about what that friend might need. Is it a good night's rest? A hot shower? Going outside and actually having fun for once? Whatever it is, they have ADHD, so they need to do things differently and go at their own pace. And there's no shame in that, because when they feel better, it will be so much easier for them to do things. It is not procrastination, it's preparation. And of course, you're that friend. And you should be your own friend. But it's so hard to be empathic with yourself when you have ADHD. There's just too many years of people telling you that you're not meeting their expectations and you feeling bad about it. So imagine it's someone else. Take care of yourself like you would care for them, and maybe when you're better, you'll feel motivated and do the taxes right away, like in step 1. Who knows? But if not, you might have one last thing to do that makes it infinitely easier to get shit done with ADHD, and that is remove any barriers. So there's 2 types of barriers that are very, very different from each other, but I'm sure you know both of them all too well. Just think about how hard it can be to do anything productive when you feel sad, when you feel guilty for something, when you're embarrassed or you've had a fight. You just can't concentrate. You're not effective. You don't feel like doing anything. So what you might need to do is go out with friends, talk, journal, go to therapy, come to ADHD coaching, whatever will help you process those emotions and feel better. You need to do it. And the other type of barrier is if you don't know what steps you have to take, in what order, when, how, who to ask, what to do exactly, then how can you do it? How do you do taxes? I don't know, because I asked for help, to be fair, but the less clarity you have about what you have to do, the more your brain just sees a hot stove and not some boring ass paperwork you have to do for legal reasons. So you want to list your tasks, break them down into smaller steps, see how they fit in your day, make it as clear as possible for your brain what it has to do next. And that will remove a huge hurdle that stands in your way and help you get going. And that's 4 tasks done. And of course, this doesn't solve all of your ADHD problems, because many of them are specific to you as a person. But if you watch this video next, I'll show you exactly how I create a unique ADHD strategy for any struggle my coaches are facing, and you can make your own. Plus, I'll share some really powerful advice that every ADHDer should know.